friends. Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so today's live show is packed with so much purpose. I'm going to be sharing some exciting personal updates, and then I'm excited to share a tool to help you simplify your 2025. I've been working very, very hard on this, and I believe it's truly a life-changing Sunday sermon too that I'm going to share with you, just about God's perfect peace. So are you ready? Just lots. I know I'm coming in a little later today, but it's going to be so good. All right. So first of all, just a quick little update here. We finally have trip dates for our family's Guatemala missions trip. I know a lot of you have been hearing me talk a lot about it. And so it's going to be July 19th through the 23rd. Super excited. We are raising $8,000 to cover our boys' portion of the cost. And it's truly going to be a family effort. With that in mind, if you'd like to support us, let me know, and I can share how you can be a part of this journey. So also, let's see. Well, you know what? I'm going to make this really quick. Okay, we're live streaming in lots of places, including Instagram. So feel free to share. Okay, so just really quick, what this Guatemala missions trip, it's not just about going for us. It's really about being good stewards of God's calling to serve others and share his love. So it's a true reminder, just about the perfect peace that comes when we align our actions with his purpose. And it's so funny because this past Sunday, Pastor Kevin at our church, love him dearly, shout out to Fincastle Baptist Church. But anyway, he shared the sermon was about peace. So I'm going to share a little bit about that as well. But before I get into that, I've been working super hard on a freebie that I know is going to change your 2025. Okay. I'm calling it my Trello board meal planner. And it has to be Trello just because it's organized, it's concise. I'm going to show you a little preview of it just so that you can see it. It's not just a meal plan, you guys. It's a tool to help you simplify your life, save time, and just eat healthier as a family. And honestly, here's why I even did it. I get overwhelmed with so much going on with the boys. I was getting overwhelmed with meals. Sometimes I was like, what's for dinner? The family would ask, and I'd be like, I have no idea. So I decided I was going to take 3 days and really, really, really focus in on what 2025, what I wanted it to look like for us, for me as a mom, and just trying to get organized, right? And I thought, oh my goodness, if this is helpful for me, maybe it's helpful for somebody else, right? So I am sharing it with you for free because I thought I can help somebody. Go right ahead. Like this would be awesome. And the more I got into it, okay, this has got organized grocery lists, you guys. It's got seasonal recipes. So, from month to month. Okay, I can't wait to share this with you. So I'm going to give you a little. It's going to have meal prep hacks. It's a game changer. Okay. So just really quick, stick with me. I'm going to share this. This is what it looks like. Okay. So this is your 4 seasons of flavor. This is what I'm calling your 5-day meal plan in 30 minutes. You're going to start by watching this video. And I'm actually taking a clip of this video and I'm going to put it right in here. Okay. So you're going to watch this twice. All right. It is divided into winter, spring, summer, and fall. So what happens is my family says, oh my goodness, I think we need to switch up our meals, because what we do is we typically take meals that we like and then we do them week after week. So every day, every week, you kind of know like, oh, I'm going to have this meal for this day, this meal for this day, this meal for this day. It helped me for a while. But what I was noticing is from season to season, we kind of wanted to switch things up, right? So I've decided to just organize this by seasons, and then every season you're going to have 13 weeks of meal plans. Isn't this awesome? And guess what? I've taken the guesswork out of it for you, because all you have to do is honestly just get into week 1. You could use each week, but each week is going to have different meals. But what you're going to find is in each one, you know your family best. So whether you have small children, whether you have kids in sports, teenagers in sports, whatever it is, or you just need something that is just quickly to make, right? All of it is 30 minutes or less. Okay. So all of it is no more than 30 minutes to prep. And what you're going to find is you can kind of decide, okay, this week is going to be a little crazy. Or I have kids, or I have, the kids are in sports. So you can decide which one you want. Now, if you look at these, each one is going to have a grocery. So for the whole week, you're going to have a grocery list. Okay. So I've taken the guesswork out. Basically, a lot of these things you probably already keep from week to week. And so you don't have to really worry about like every single week you have to order new groceries kind of thing. I've simplified it so that a lot of the things you pretty much have in your cupboards, or, you restock from time to time. And it's for the season, right? So it's like, you don't have to even get any new stuff all together. So it's savings for you money wise, but it also takes the guesswork out of it, because you guys, for each one, I also have the actual, so like for this one, for example, so you have your grocery list. And then where'd it go? Oh my goodness, I kind of left it. Okay, I'm still working on it, but each one will have the actual recipe for each one. So you've got your grocery list, you've got your plan for that week, and then you have the actual recipe. So it's all going to be in here. I'm still putting the finishing touches for it, but each summer, each season is going to look differently. Okay, and then not only that, but your family, so you could swap things out depending on what staples your family likes with certain types of protein. They're healthy, they're quick to make. You can pretty much just like switch things up. You don't even have to introduce a new meal every week, right? It's kind of like you pick and choose what you want. It's totally simple that you're like, oh, I could have done this. And you're right, you could have done this, but I've done it for you. So it's like, here you go. I've taken it all and put it down on you for 2025. Okay. So what you want to do when you first get started is make sure you please press create board from template. And then Trello is a free organizational tool. So what I love is that you can actually have this on your phone. So it's an app too. So you open it up, and literally I would open it up and I would have my meal plans, and I'd have like, okay, Monday, I'm going to do this. Tuesday, I'm going to do this. Wednesday, I'm going to do this. Like, that's kind of like what mine look like. So I'm going to make this a little better and put actually pictures of the recipes and things like that. So, it's gonna be really, really good. I'm super excited. Just make sure you actually create the board from the template and copy it. Otherwise, you're making changes on mine, and it's not going to let you save it. So, all right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Okay. So I want to go. I told you I was going to be a little bit out of the play, all over the place today. It's going to be packed full of purpose today. So this past Sunday, my pastor talked about God's gift of peace. And it really hit home for me because we learned that peace isn't just talked about. It's not just avoiding problems, right? It's not just being passive. It's truly aligning with God's will and living in righteousness, like being right. It starts with a relationship with Jesus, honestly, right? So real peace, perfect peace, shalom, shalom is what he shared with us. is how they would say it. Perfect peace, because it was said 2 times. Shalom, shalom. So perfect peace happens when we're right with God, right with others, and ourselves. Like, isn't that true? Like, we feel at peace when we have good relationships going on with our spouse, good relationships going on with our children, good relationships going on with our parents, like our siblings, like that puts us at peace, right? But it truly begins with Christ. So having a right relationship with God, having a right relationship with others, and then just ourselves, being at peace with ourselves. So I'm going to give you, let's see, I think it was 1, 2, 3, three tips that our pastor shared with us about just tips that help you create that peace, right? Cultivate that peace. So the first one is to pray and plan. Isn't that so true? Like, prayer opens up the door to peace, right? But planning helps us steward our time and our space well. And I just thought, oh my goodness, like that really spoke to me, because I'm a true planner. But prayer coupled with planning is powerful. All right. So just aligning ourselves with the Lord, with God, and what He wants with us. It helps us to plan, right? And it all comes together, like all the pieces start falling into place, so that we can have so that we can use our time wisely, and so that we can create a space of peace, right? We use our space well. Okay. The second tip was to eliminate noise. So when I thought about eliminating noise, I thought about decluttering your home, honestly, and just your mind, right? So I talk a lot of you know that I'm with Norwex, and I talk a lot about detoxing your space, because when you detox your space, what you're doing is you're decluttering things from underneath your kitchen, cabinet, your cleaning drawer, and it just creates a calm environment. And when you're at a calm environment, you can think, you can pray, and you can connect with God even more, right? And when you're in that space, then you can be creative. The Lord gives you ideas. The Lord gives you solutions. Your brain just starts looking for solutions when there's problems or issues. Like, it just starts to resolve, because you have that space. You've created that space. So by eliminating the noise, decluttering your home and detoxing your home from all these things, extra stuff, it helps clear your mind. It helps clear your home and your space. Okay. Third one is cooperating with others. He said, don't go at it alone, right? Link arms with other people, whether it's a health coach, whether it's a resource like my meal planner, or whether it is partnering up with me to host a detox event, just so that you can help others reduce their toxins and clutter while you're doing it for yourself, right? Like, it keeps you accountable. It helps you have that extra, like, okay, let's do this support, right? Because that's where you're headed. That's where your values are. And so, like, why not cooperate with others? Okay. So one thing that he noted, and I thought that it was so good, is sometimes when we think about, like, I know as moms, he said attack the problem and not the person. And this made me think about this. As a mom, sometimes we think, oh my goodness, I'm so overwhelmed. The house is a mess. The kids there's just kids everywhere. The noise is just, I can't think, right? As a mom, we often say, I can't think because of all the noise. And we sometimes inadvertently don't mean to do this. But just in that moment of stress and overwhelm, we blame that it's the kids, but it's not the kids, right? Well, he said, attack the problem and not the person. If clutter is overwhelming, y'all, the kids aren't the problem, right? It's just too much stuff. Like, that's the problem. So peace helps us prioritize the relationships over resolutions, right? And so that was just really good wisdom. Attack the problem, not the person. Okay. So that was good. That was so good. So just changing it up a little bit again. I started focusing at this past year, 2024, I went into this year of like, okay, I'm going to focus on my fitness and really just creating that space for me. At home, I started doing some just my own, like I had a meal plan, I had a fitness plan, and it was just simple, but I was trying to be intentional with my steps. I had always ran, I've been a runner, but I wanted to incorporate weight training and just strength training and weightlifting because I was having problems with my shoulder. And but what I noticed is that I was doing it alone, which is fine if you're good with that. Like if that is enough accountability for you to keep doing it. But what I found is that I wasn't being true to my own commitments. I wasn't being true to my own values. I would keep commitments with others, but I wouldn't keep commitments with myself when it came to my own fitness. And so I was like, I searched out for some help. And my friend Erin Hershey, shout out to Erin Hershey, I love her dearly. She was telling me about, her fitness plan, and she goes to fitness boot camp. And I was like, oh my goodness, okay, like I'm totally intimidated by weightlifting because I've never done it in my life before. But I was like, I could do that. Like I could go with her, and I'm just going to give it a try, right? And she's been so encouraging to me. She would, check on me if I wasn't showing up. And it was just like what I needed. I needed to link arms with somebody who was better at it than I was. And it was okay. It was okay. And I've come a long ways. My shoulder feels so much better. Like I can move, I can sleep. It's not falling asleep on me. That was consistently, you guys. And then I just recently partnered up. If you haven't seen my live show from last week, I recently partnered up with another friend that we met just in the same community, same journey, health journey in life. And her name is, oh my goodness, Sisk. Why am I, win. So I invited her in last week because if you haven't seen that show, please look at it. And I was introduced to peptides, and peptides to me is equivalent to using enzymes in my cleaning, right? So I've been teaching on clean living and detoxing your home, and the fact that you can actually now clean your home without harsh chemicals, right? And one of those things that we can use is enzymes, and enzymes work. What I love about enzymes is they come from, it's plant-based, but they work even when you're not doing the actual cleaning, right? So they work after the fact. Well, peptides are like that. They come from natural resources, and they work with your body to do what it's supposed to be doing, to target those specific areas, even when you're not doing the thing. Okay. So I love it. I've actually lost a pound and a half already, because I'm still doing the work. I'm still doing the fitness. I'm still doing the, the healthy eating and things like that. But I was getting to a point where I was like a plateau, like I wasn't moving anywhere, right? Well, peptides work even when I'm not doing the work. Like it's still doing work. It's kind of like lean muscle. You build lean muscle and you incorporate it with your cardio, because even when you're not running or even when you're not doing the cardio, it's still doing the work. It's still, chipping away, burning calories, and I love it. So that's what these peptides have been to me, and have been awesome. Okay. So it's just a reminder that little steps lead to big changes. All right. So just to tie that back to peace and stewardship, it's so important to take care of our bodies. But that is just part of being good stewards of what God has given us. So if you're struggling in this area, know that getting help isn't a weakness, you guys. It is just plain wisdom, plain wisdom. And Pastor Kevin was talking about that last Sunday during his sermon, and I love it. All right. So just really quick to recap, we talked about God's perfect peace and just the importance of decluttering and detoxing. Okay. And then we talked about tools like my meal planner and how it can simplify your life. And then we just also celebrated exciting updates for our Guatemala missions trip. We're so excited. just shared my wins in fitness and stewardship. So I hope you like this show. I hope that it's encouraging. That's my hope. That's my heart, that we can come together and I want 2025, like my heart is that 2025 you can live with so much purpose in your life as a mother, in your faith, grow in your faith, that you would also just be encouraged, to work on, to be good stewardship and live in peace, and to be a good stewardship of what God's giving you, the body that He's giving you and the home that He's giving you. And how do we do that, right? And so that's my heart for 2025. Perfect peace comes from the Lord. And with Him, I believe that all things are possible, because He aligns our dreams and our visions when we're seeking Him, when we're in a right relationship with Him. He puts those in our heart, and it aligns with Him. And if anything, if you're like, ooh, is this of God? Ask Him. My good friend Sonia Eckel, that's what she told me. She's like, ask Him. If you don't know whether that dream or that vision aligns with what God has, what God has for you and in it and for your life, like, ask Him, does this align? And she even went on to say, I recommend, like, just say, hey, Lord, if it's not, just pull it with your hand like a weed. Just get rid of it, right? And help me align with what you have for my life. And so this year in 2025, let's live purposely and with peace in our hearts. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's link arms, and let's make it happen. All right, 2025, here we go. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.